The Verizon Center filled to capacity. We'll see the Memphis Grizzlies. Doris, we have some kind of matchup in the backcourt tonight. Being a former point guard in the Big East, they know this is what you really love to watch.
You know what amazes me, Kevin, is when you're looking opposite a player at your position who is at the elite level, you're always looking, can I measure up? This is a guy everybody in the press is talking about. The analysts are raving about his skills. How do I measure up looking at the guy directly opposite? This is going to be a lot of fun.
How do you not get diverted by him knowing that you've got the entire game to manage?
Right, that's a great point. It can't be about one-on-one. I need to beat him. I need to, if he scores, I need to go score. Everything that you do in an individual matchup has got to be framed within the context of the team.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. Conley and Allen working once again together in the backcourt. Tyreek Evans out there with Green, and it's Gasol at the 5 roaming the paint.
That is what we mean by the fast twitch athlete. John Wall explodes to the rack.
On defense, Washington. Conley kicks to Green. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Back to Conley. Lets it go. That's short off the rim.
Boy, he almost never misses that shot, guys. But you know he'll take it again if he gets another good look.
Feeds it to Morris. There's Beal with the 3. Nailed from three-point land. Beal's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How quick is that release? And it's 3 on the board. Beal doing what he does best.
It's stolen by Wall. Knocked loose, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. And so just over a minute and a half played. Inside. And it's Gortat. That time on the assist from Beal. Gortat's got his first 2 points of the night.
4 up, 4 down. Nice way to start this one.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. I was able to talk with David Fizdale for just a moment. He said the focus defensively is going to be making things difficult inside. He wants to get them off the three-point line and make them take as many mid-range shots as possible. Kevin?
Thank you, David. The kick out to Wall. It's Porter outside. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And for a long time, the knock on Wall was that his outside shot, or lack of it, and prevented him from being truly unguardable by defenses. But Dorsey went out and has put in a lot of work to improve his shot from distance.
Well, think about this, Kevin. Wall took more threes and shot a higher percentage than in any other year of his career last year. And he knows that the league is turning to be a three-point shot-focused league, and the value of a point guard that can make those kinds of shots with regularity. And if he ever gets that three-point percentage close to 40% or higher, he will be a terrifying matchup at the guard spot.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Green, the pass to Conley. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Morris. And another fast break for Washington. Wizards running. It's Beal on the wing. Gortat against Green. And it's good. Walk through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Marcin Gortat would not be denied.
Well, you just have to love the motor of Gortat. Always is moving to open space doors, keeping the defense on their toes. And when the ball goes up,
And that's how we play the game. Bring it in. Let's go.
That very few other big men move as much as Gortat. He's got great timing on when to dive in for a rebound, and his movement creates so much chaos for opponents. And I think it also opens up opportunities for the guys around him.
Count that bucket.
Well, you really have to be feeling it to go with the teardrop. That is not as easy as that looked.
Conley against Wall. To the left side wing. There's Beal with the 3. Shot from free throw range. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And that's now 7 points for John Wall.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Allen dishes to Green. It's rebounded by John Wall. On offense, here are the Wizards. They're on a 20-6 run. Kicks to Gortat. Back to Wall. Lets the three fly. And again, Washington with the triple.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
That's tipped. The dish now to Porter. Back to Wall. He kicks to Porter. A three ball. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Porter's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Wizards. The Grizzlies trail by 20. And now here comes Wall leading the break. And there's the pass to Gortat. And it's good. 2 points. Gortat's got 7.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Conley kicks to Green. Evans passes to Green. Beal pulls it in. Wizards leading by 22. He dishes it to Wall. Pass to Gortat. Fades away. And Wall kicks to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, they hit the ground running, and not just on the offensive end. Their defense has been brilliant as well.
And it's sent back by Morris.
Well, the tools, the instincts to do this on a more regular basis are certainly there for Markieff Morris. He gets every bit of that one.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies.
Boy, when you see Markieff Morris, you can't help but think about what went down in Phoenix with him. There certainly was some fighting going on between him and other teammates. He demanded a trade several times, eventually just taken out of the rotation, even though his skill was good enough to be on the floor.
And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Porter. Grizzlies have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. With Morris and his Phoenix exit, eventually, Doris, he was traded to the Wizards, and that was a move that was probably best for everyone involved.
Right, Kevin. It made you wonder why they didn't do it sooner. Things started to go south in Phoenix when Markieff felt betrayed by the organization for trading his brother away. And luckily, all that's in the past, and Markieff can focus on just playing basketball.
Wall against Conley. Left side, Wall. It's rebounded by Gasol.
Yeah, awkward shot there. I mean, creative on the leaner, but the D just made it too difficult for him to convert.
And the buzzer sound. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal.
She definitely put the ball in my hand. She's the one who taught.
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
To be sure. I'm just not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking once she beats them in a game of horse.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And quite a position here for the Wizards to be in. What do you guys think?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Boy, they have not been caught out of position much. They're taking great angles to the ball. I love what I'm seeing tonight.
All out there with Jody Meeks. Then there's Oubre. Then it's Porter. And it's Morris in at the 5. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Grizzlies shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. He doesn't get the second one. And the start of last season was a disappointment for Brandon Wright. Injured his knee, you may recall, only the second week after having recently signed a brand new 3-year contract.
Yeah, and it's always tough to go to a new team and be unable to contribute right away. One of the league's best finishers at the rim, a great shot blocker. He really improves the rotation. So if he can continue to add good weight to his frame, the best of Brandon Wright, I believe, is still yet to come.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, point guard Mike Conley has been a lefty-dominant player his whole career, but off the court, he's actually right-handed. He first picked up a ball at 13 months of age, and he said, "I just did it with my left hand for some reason. And ever since then, my mind felt it was left-handed, and it came to basketball." Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. Similar to Greg Monroe. Wall with another miss.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Oh, and here comes Wall all alone. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance. Here now for a three-point play.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
Daniels, he's checked in for Memphis. And a change for the Wizards. Gortat's checked in for Oubre.
Well, this is the #1 pick back in 2010. John Wall, he's the franchise. No question about that.
For Washington, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. First one falls for him.
Well, just watch Markieff Morris play, and you can see why he's such a threat in the front court. He's got the size and speed to guard either the 3 or the 4, and that gives you options as a coach defensively. Very smooth, easy.
Great job, guys. Nice work. Take a seat now. Let's talk.
Action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Quick breather and maybe scheme something up that we haven't seen yet in this game. We'll know soon enough.
The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Wright's got 5. And Morris isn't shy about letting it fly from deep. Not the most consistent shooter from range, but Morris, he'll make you pay if you leave him alone, and he'll certainly keep you honest defensively.
Well, I think, Kevin, when Morris plays and moves, it just looks like he is a shooting guard with the fluidity of motion. You almost forget that he's a legit 6'10" because of the ease he has putting the ball on the deck to create a shot. There are not a lot of players his size as comfortable doing the moves he does to get open and find looks.
And the slam dunk by Wall.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with him. John Wall just a blur with that first step. Beep, beep.
For Memphis, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Gasol dishes to McLemore. Daniels passes to Gasol. Tries from 16. Gasol missing again.
You know, he's had a tough quarter shooting the ball, but one thing you have to give him, he's fighting out there. A stellar defense to alter that shot. You could tell his release was a tad awkward.
The putback. Gortat comes up with the rebound. Washington's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them.
Got the feed off the bounce, went straight up with it. Nice coordination between 2 teammates. Great feel.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Meeks. Another shot. The kick out to Wall. Morris with the ball. Now Wright defending. Offensive rebound. Here's Porter. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Porter's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, I think Porter's good enough shooter to be a zone buster, able to find the seams, hit the mid-range.
Part of the cycle of the game, young guys coming in, older guys on their way out. Doris, what do you think it takes for a young player looking to establish themselves against seasoned veterans?
Yeah, I think coachability first and foremost. Listen to the players who are around you. Listen to the coaching you're getting. You have to accept coaching. Establish your work habits early, and I mean that in between the lines and off. Are you taking care of yourself physically? Are you eating properly? Are you resting? There's so much that goes into the success of an NBA player. And
a lot of ways for teams to help in that regard. A lot of guidance in all those areas.
Well, you're talking about guys who are now being drafted sometimes, Kevin, at 19, 20 years of age. As you know, know you're not quite legal in the eyes of the law. So you have to have good people around setting a great example and making sure they're doing all the things necessary.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's Wall, and Wall slams it home.
Oh, my goodness, guys. That one seriously shook the building there. That's what we call a monster dunk.
Now here's McLemore, covered by Wall. Poked loose. Right side. 6 on the shot clock. Memphis moving that ball around. Outside Gasol. From outside, off the mark.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Wall. Takes it from 10, and it's Gortat. That time on the assist from Wall. Gortat's got 9 points.
Well, make no mistake, this guy a high percentage finisher inside. Gortat can finish with either power or finesse.
And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. And here's Evans. They set the screen. Here's Gasol. That one rolling around and rims out.
You're always surprised when he misses.
And through the first half,
it's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. You gotta love the John Wall we saw in the first. He had 18 points, 3 rebounds, and 8 assists. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
They had a tremendous first half from the three-point line. Their shot selection was pretty sound, considering how many threes they took.
And that's it for halftime as the
welcome back to our nation's capital, everyone, with the Capitol building itself in our spotlight as we return to action here in Washington, D.C. And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
I'll tell you what, he put together an entire highlight reel in that first half alone. Just a collection of spectacular dunks.
I don't know how you're not a big fan of his game. He plays fast, aggressive, and if you let him get to the rim, he leaves nothing to chance.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Memphis, they've got Marc Gasol. Ennis out there with Allen. Then it's Green, and it's Evans in at the 3 slot. Outside, Wall. And Gortat kicks to Porter. The feed to Gortat with the fadeaway. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got his 9th assist in the game now. Grizzlies shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them.
There's so much discussion, right, that the Wizards would try to attract Kevin Durant, a Baltimore native, back to his home franchise. In the end, I don't think missing the playoffs lent itself to the best recruiting pitch.
Evans kicks to Ennis. They double him with Wall. Ennis dishes to Evans. Here's Gasol. Gortat with the defensive effort.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
He feeds it to Porter. Over to the wing. Outside, Wall. To the paint. Goes back up. Gortat. Passes it to Porter. Wall dishes to Gortat. Over Gasol. That one wide left. The Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. From deep, Evans. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
sluggish 1-for-4 start in the third period.
Morris with the bucket.
Well, the thing about Markieff Morris, he does a terrific job converting inside.
Evans passes to Allen. Dishes it to Gasol. Knocks it loose. Wall with the steal. From about 19 feet, and that one is off. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That's his first foul. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. Memphis also making some changes. Wright comes in for Marc Gasol. And Parsons subbed in for James Ennis. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, the Grizzlies are starting to show their age a little bit. Last season was an example of that, but they still have that throwback style of play that's hard to gauge. Marc Gasol said, the game is evolving, and we as players and as a team have to evolve. You have to change things and adjust. You need tweaks and counters from game to game and year to year. Kevin?
All right, DA, they know they needed more shooting.
Really tough for this group right now, trying anything to stop the run.
Well, that's the danger. Very hard to get the momentum back once it's shifted.
Time now for an injury report. And now David Aldridge has an update for us on Mike Conley. What's the news, David?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, I got some news from Memphis's head athletic trainer. It's not what anyone wanted to hear, as it sounds like it's a severe injury.
Thank you, David. Guys, the only thing you can wish for is that the prognosis isn't quite as bad as they're making it out to be.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Was really hoping for better news than that, but that does not sound encouraging.
No, I mean, this is a big blow, and it will force the team to make some adjustments, not just in terms of personnel on the court, but in terms of strategy.
Oubre is checked in for Washington. The Grizzlies shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Of course, we see a lot of teams in the NBA push the tempo right now. As a former point guard, did you prefer playing at that kind of pace, at a faster pace?
Well, first of all, I grew up a Showtime Lakers fan, so they played at, breakneck pace. Magic out in the open floor, James Worthy on one wing, Kareem running the lane line. I loved playing at a faster pace. I mean, for players, you're out in space, you're able to show off your athleticism. The best part of my game was my handles, Kevin.
Right. Well, people always say that when, if you're playing basketball, they're quarterbacking the offense. If you're playing football, you're the point guard of the offense. So it seems to me like those two positions are really the same position, maybe the most important position in all of sports.
No, I think so. I don't think there's any question, because the ball is in your hands and you are an extension of the head coach, whether you're talking football or basketball.
Quick thinking people play that position. That's a compliment for you, Doris.
I appreciate that.
Here's Wall, and the slam dunk by Wall.
Well, right now, John Wall is just lights out. He knows he has the hot hand, and he's riding it.
Conley with it. He has 7. Inside, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Well, the last 2 seasons cut short for Chandler Parsons with right knee surgery.
Yeah, Kevin, tough timing for him as he looked to opt out of his contract and enter free agency. And he had been shooting the ball with the highest efficiency of his career to that point. So he's looking to overcome and keep it going.
Not one of the biggest free agency moves of the past offseason, but had high impact with Chandler Parsons coming over to the Grizzlies. And, G.A., you look at his skill set, and he fits right in with what Memphis is trying to do.
Yeah, and I think overall Memphis had a great offseason, in acquiring Parsons and in retaining Conley. Memphis hadn't had a lot of luck luring big free agents in the past, and Parsons is perhaps one of their biggest gets as a franchise. And for Parsons, he gets a good deal for himself and continues to play for a team that has always been competitive.
Memphis has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Knocks it loose. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Over in the corner, Meeks. Pass to Oubre. Here's Gortat. And Gortat with the stuff.
I'd say if you get Gortat that close to the rim, he is going to finish with the jam. So big, so hard to stop around there.
Oubre with the steal. Conley against Wall. That one good for 2. Wall's got 30.
Boy, very difficult to defend when he gets into this kind of rhythm, which has been all quarter long.
Conley with the 3. Hits it from three-point range.
Boy, total failure defensively right there, leaving him all alone in three-point territory.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And Wall kicks to Meeks. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
If he were shooting even a little better, they would have a much bigger lead.
Grizzlies have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
You know, who would have thought that Parsons, a second-round pick, would eventually become the subject of a monster bidding war?
Outside, Wall. Offline. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. From the Wizards, they're shooting indicative of smooth offensive play. Up at 60%, they're a machine from the floor. Oubre out there with Mike Scott. Then there's Frazier. Then it's Gortat, and it's Meeks in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Frazier dishes to Meeks. Shot clock at 6. And it's Gortat finishing it off.
I'll tell you, they're getting a great lift from Gortat right now. He's rolling offensively.
Got a piece of it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. And the Wizards making a change here. Mahimi's checked in. And so it's Memphis with it. Martin the screen. Here's Ennis. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
And Scott has it in the corner. And finished off by Scott.
A bit undersized for that power forward, but boy, does he get in the air so quick. Such great lift.
And for Memphis, they're shooting the ball at 42%. Here's Daniels. Rebounded by the Wizards.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Now, here's Meeks. Tight defense on him. Here's Scott. Stolen by Martin. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Here's Daniels. Scott pulls it in. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
To the middle. Davis with the bucket. Here is Frazier. Shoots. Here's Scott. Fires the three. Connects from three-point range. Scott's got 5 points in the quarter.
It has been a three-point barrage for them since halftime.
I mean, unbelievable. Whether they're wide open or defenders draped all over them, they're hitting from distance.
On the wing, Daniels. The pass to Harrison. In the corner, it's Martin. Shot clock at 6. But he gets it back. Tries again. Ennis misses. Wizards have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Meeks not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. For Memphis, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Meeks with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Here's Scott. No good off the front iron. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Knocked loose. In transition, here come the Wizards. Pulls up on the wing. From deep. Oubre can't get it to go.
You know, in that situation, yes, you've got a wide open three, but it would be a lot wiser to feed the ball to a teammate and get a higher percentage look.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Burke, he's checked in for Jody Meeks. And Memphis also making a switch. Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Daniels. For the three. That shot is off. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Martin kicks to Ennis. Harrison passes to McLemore. And again, Memphis no good. Wizards have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. And again, Washington no good.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
To the inside. Misses in close.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
And that one's good. Burke. Memphis has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. McLemore dishes to Ennis. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Boy, that's some soft interior defense. They left a gap, plenty of time to operate, no problem scoring. Woo, that's bad D.
And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's Harrison. Frazier covering. Out to the right wing. And McLemore kicks to Ennis. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Wizards.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for John Wall. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Beals checked in for Washington.
Jump ball.
And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Parsons checked in for Jarrell Martin. And so here's Memphis. 58 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Parsons gets it to go.
And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Oh, great point. I mean, this is how they wanted to start the game off. Unfortunately, a little too late.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Well, the issue, I think, is you'd like to work towards something better. Just because it's there doesn't mean you should take it.
These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assistant.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Out to the right wing. From deep, McLemore gets the three-pointer to fall.
You know, the step slow on the defensive end, and it cost them 3 points. Bad decision.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
Poor decision-making. You know he wants that one back.
Here's Harrison. Feeds it to Davis. Knocked away. Beal with the steal. The Hail Mary from beyond half court is off target. And stolen by Burke. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.